Joining me today to discuss the rededication of the Charles Holland Playground and Skate Park is the Director of Recreation here in the City of Elizabeth, Mr. Paul Odessa. How are you, Paul?
Hey, Alonzo, glad to be back.
Well, you're a hero in the city.
Well, I don't know about that. Charles Holland was the hero.
Okay. A while back you were here, we were discussing the great opening of the water park. And since we last saw you, tell us some of the things that was going on with recreation.
Well, like I said, we had a great summer. July was, as you know, we had that heat wave, and but we got through it. Our pool at Eric Slaven was filled to capacity. Our spray park was filled, and our other spray fountains throughout the city were also very active. So we did get through July, and then August was more of a normal month, which things kind of like evened out. But we had a great summer, and so now we're looking for fall and winter.
As I mentioned earlier, the spray park has been a huge success, and as you go out throughout the summer, it's always packed. There's a lot of lines. Now, I noticed recognizing the need for community and youth recreation. September 21st, we're holding a rededication and ribbon cutting for the Holland Playground. What's new and exciting about the playground?
Well, back in 1967, actually August 27, 1967, City Council passed a resolution honoring Charles Holland and naming that playground, which is on the corner of Praise the Lord Plaza and Reed Street. Charles Holland was an American hero. He was killed in line of duty in Vietnam on August 18, 1967, at the age of 28. And he was a sergeant first class in the U.S. Army. And at that time, Elizabeth City Council recognized him by naming that playground. That playground, over the years, we had a basketball court and also a playground. However, it was very underutilized for many years. And now we wanted to do something to start bringing back children in that area of the city and also throughout the city.
Okay. And if anyone's just trying to figure out where Praise the Lord Plaza is, it's behind the big church on the corner of East Grand and Route 1 Spring Street, right?
That's correct. There's the white Spanish church on West Grand, right next to Magnolia Avenue. So if you're on the one side of the highway, where you can come to it by Magnolia Avenue without crossing Route 1.
Right.
So I tell you, the project it came out. It's beautiful. The skate park is second to none, in my opinion. We already opened it, however, it's not officially open, but we figured before the start of school, we'd have the kids utilize it, play on it, and get their input on what they thought about it. So we do have the skate park and also a new children's playground with the rubberized safety surfacing, and also we added some trees and shrubs, a gazebo, and just made it more attractive for kids and parents to come to it.
Now, you mentioned a key word there when you said safety. Is it encouraged, or are we asking the children to wear any type of safety equipment as they skate?
Well, we are, yes. We are asking the children to wear safety equipment, helmets, knee pads, wrist guards. However, a lot of kids don't want to use them. But I encourage the children, if they're going to come to Holland Playground, to wear helmets and wear knee pads and also wrist guards. It's only for your own protection.
Right.
And we want you to play in a safe environment.
Now, in addition to the playground portion you mentioned, there's also a lot of obstacle courses and different things for the skaters to go through. How large is the park?
Well, the entire playground is approximately an acre. The skate park is about half of that. But it's a totally different type of skate park that you would normally see, like you have at Montano Park. This one is something what they call a skate plaza, where they were building these in a lot of urban environments. It simulates basically stairs and railings that unfortunately you see kids do too often where they shouldn't be doing it. So now we have an opportunity for children to come do it in a environment that will be safe for them, and we want them to come and enjoy. Matter of fact, if someone drove by that skate park and no skater was on there, you wouldn't even know it was a skate park. That's how different this is. But out of all the skaters I've spoken to, and we're getting a lot of skaters that even coming from out of town are just commenting how great a job that we did here.
Good. Now, you touched on it briefly, but Charles Holland, can you tell us a little bit more? Or give us...
Like I said, Charles Holland, I didn't know who Charles Holland was for many years. And so when we did the research on making the improvements to the playground, I did some research to find out who was Charles Holland. And it turned out, they said, Charles Holland was an American hero that fought in Vietnam. He was in the U.S. Army, Elizabeth resident, and but he died, unfortunately, too early at the age of 28. And so this is something that it's going to be great to rededicate it in his memory. I've already spoken with a member of his family. Well, thanks to you, Alonso, right, for getting me the contact. But the niece is going to be there with some other family members, and they are thrilled that we made these improvements to the skate park, to the playground, and made it a skate park and a playground that, I told her, that her uncle would be very proud of.
And the date and time for the rededication is? It's
going to be on Saturday, September 21st at 11 o'clock, and we will have refreshments after the ribbon cutting, which the mayor will be there with members of City Council.
Okay. And the summer months, we talked about it briefly, but how did that work for you?
Well, summer months, like I said earlier, was a little hot in July. However, we served approximately about 1,500 children at our day camps, at our playgrounds, some of our private sites that we provided lunches and snacks to. So it was a great summer. And not saying that I'm not sorry that it's over, but it's quite busy. But now we're getting into the fall and winter season, and so we'll have more activities for them. Right. Especially winter, we'll have indoor activities.
Now I'm going to assume that the summer months are the busiest for the recreation department. What do you do when the fall-winter season comes around? Well,
right now, we are working with the two youth organizations that provide football, the Elizabeth Packers and the Elizabeth PAL. They utilize our football field down at the waterfront. We work with a lot of soccer groups to provide outdoor soccer. We also have our dance program that's at the Elmore Racket Club for the youth. That's been a very popular program for a number of years. We also have programs at the Sampson Center and also Peterstown Community Center for our seniors to do arts and crafts, ceramics, flower arranging. So, and then among all the other 5 centers, we're providing basketball leagues and indoor activities as the weather gets a little colder.
Okay. And is there if someone needed additional information on the recreation programs or openings, who and how can they contact?
Well, absolutely. They can contact the Recreation Department at 908-820-4222 and contact us with any questions, and we'll gladly give you information, or at least put you in the right direction to the type of program that may be for your child or may be for yourself or a senior. So like I said, we're anxious now to get into the fall-winter season now.
And for the summer of 2014, do you have a grand opening planned, or?
Well, actually, we are working on another project down in Peterstown, the O'Brien Playground, which is right across from School 3. That's under construction, and it's going to be a new synthetic turf field for soccer, U12 and U10. Also, a brand new playground equipment with rubber safety surfacing, off-street parking. Right. What we're going to do is, as opposed to replacing the fence that was there, it's been there for about 100 years, we're refurbishing the fence. Okay. So it's going to be the same fence, but we're going to refurbish it and bring it back in and have it look like it did, say, 100 years ago. So that's going to open up sometime in the spring. So we're looking forward to having another ribbon cutting in the spring of next year.
That's going to be your new name, Ribbon Cutting Odessa.
Well, like I said,
the soccer field.
There's a lot of people that are involved, the Public Works Department, Engineering Department, of course the Mayor, City Council, that gives us the funds to make these projects a reality.
So we had the synthetic field downtown, and we had the spray park, and we're going to do the Charles Holland rededication.
That's right, and then in spring we'll do the O'Brien opening for additional synthetic turf fields.
Okay. Thank you very much, Paul.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you for tuning in for the first half of our city. We'll be back with these words for the second portion. Thank you.
Imagine you're enjoying your child's baseball game. As hard as it is to believe, one of the 9 children on the field may be abusing prescription drugs and getting them right out of your family's medicine chest. Join the American Medicine Chest Challenge by taking inventory and securing your medicine, safely disposing of your unwanted and expired medicine, and finally, talk to your kids. Visit AmericanMedicineChest.com to find out how.
Welcome back to the second half of our city, where I'm joined with Sister Judy Mertz from Josephine's Place. Welcome, Sister Judy. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And yourself? I'm glad
Great.
to be here.
Now, you're somewhat of a regular here, so let's just get down to business.
Okay.
Josephine's Place. What's the mission of Josephine's Place?
The mission is to empower women, to engender a real respect and to build community in and amongst the women.
And when we talk about the women at Josephine's Place, who are the women who come to Josephine's Place?
It's really any woman who happens to open the door and to come in. I would say that 98% of the women, their first language is Spanish.
Okay.
And no questions are asked, they're just welcomed.
Right. Now, this year marks the 10th anniversary of Josephine's Place. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And what special treats do we have involved? Are any special celebrations taking place?
Yes, the actual anniversary is October 1st, but we're beginning with a wonderful fun festival at Union Square on Sunday, the 15th of September. And we're beginning at 12 o'clock, and it'll be there somewhere around 5 o'clock. And what's great is we're being joined with the African American Heritage Parade. And the idea is to really make people aware of the presence of Josephine's Place. And so there'll be fun things like clowns, like children dancing.
Right.
We have some, a piñata. We're being feasted with food from Wawa. It's just really to have the women show their wares and crafts and to get to meet other people.
Now, when you decided to open up Josephine's Place, how was the city of Elizabeth chosen? How did you decide on this place?
Well, it seemed that as I went around to the surrounding areas, each of the cities had something for women, and that Elizabeth did not have what we were hoping would happen. And so because we really were known in the city as Sisters of Charity with St. Elizabeth's Hospital at that time and the schools that we were in, it felt that we would be accepted because people did know us, but also because it was a highly immigrant population. And so we decided that if we were welcomed by the women as we were, this is where we were to be.
Now, over the years, your 10 years here, have you noticed a change in the women?
Well, it's funny. One of the really great joys is we see the women grow in their skills and their ways of living. Many women have become citizens. We've had women go back to school, receive certificates in nursing and computer and English. I think one of the issues that always looms around, is the fact of housing, and women who are single parents needing to find affordable places for themselves and their children.
Now, on a day-to-day basis, I know so much takes place at Josephine's Place, but if you could share maybe 2 or 3 of the activities that take place within.
Yeah, I think one of our wonderful activities is the Income Generating Project, where women are offered workshops and skills so that they could eventually build their own business. Right. One of the wonderful events that we've had, which was funded by the Horizon Foundation of New Jersey and the Hyde Watson and Merck and Groundworks, was a planting of a garden that the women have learned how to plant, have had wonderful crops come through, had lessons in nutrition, how to cook what was made there. And I just think the activities that really women, you could see them growing, like their knitting and crocheting, their quilting that they do. It all brings out the gifts of each other and a healthy respect for each other.
Now, if the women have children, are they allowed to bring the children? Are there any activities for the children also?
When women come and they have children, I do want to say we're not a daycare.
Okay.
So the children cannot just come and be dropped off. But while the moms are learning, as this morning, we have a section there for children, and the children can play. They're learning skills of getting along with each other, respecting each other, cleaning up. And 2 of the little girls today were making these famous elastic bracelets that they learned from my great nieces who came 2 weeks ago. And they will take those bracelets, and hopefully they'll be available at our Fun Fest on Sunday.
Now, over your 10 years, do you think that you've outgrown your building? If a new one came about, could you use it?
Absolutely. We opened on October 1st at one location of 638 Elizabeth Avenue. 4 years later, we came to 622. Last year, we added on an addition, and it's just becoming more evident that we do need a larger building, a larger space. Okay. And I always say if anybody would like to give us one, we'll even give you $1 for it.
Now, when we talk about over the years, are there any opportunities for volunteers?
Oh, yes. We have, right now we have 30 volunteers, but we are always open to more because we have some people come and do just anything, whatever we need. We have volunteers who will do computer skills, volunteers who do English conversation or teach reading and writing and grammar. We have volunteers needed for stuffing envelopes when we have big fundraising events. If somebody comes in and is interested, then we chat and then we see how can they best benefit the women of Josephine's Place.
And if you had to identify further accomplishments for Josephine's Place to achieve in our community, what would they be?
Like expanding, I think the need for literacy, the women desiring to become citizens and therefore an increase of citizenship classes. I also think to continue opening women's minds and skills to what they can do, and eventually through their own entrepreneurship, maybe have their own little businesses.
Okay. Now, over the 10 years, I'm quite sure you've seen a lot of success stories. Without naming a name, can you share one success story? Just one.
I know that's hard to put it into the spot. I guess I think of a woman who really wanted to go back to school and who's very much interested in becoming a nurse, and to see herself achieve to the point that she only has one course ready before she finishes and is anticipating applying for nursing school. That's great. That's exciting. And I also think apart from that is to see the moms experience the delight in their children. Yeah. We have many of the children that go to the gifted schools in the city. One who just went into college received a 4-year scholarship. I think that is so great for the moms to know because they've had a real important part of that.
English as a second language, is that offered at Josephine's Place?
It sure is. We have at least 4 conversation classes a week. And then we have many opportunities for learning how to read and write. Not literacy, we really do expect them to be able to read in Spanish or English or their own language. But then, so they have probably at least 9 opportunities a week. And we do have a waiting list of women who want to learn English as well as to learn how to do the computer.
And do you have multiple generations in there where you have a mother and grandmother or anything like that going on or no?
Well, at this present time, I would say the youngest person that comes is probably 24 and the oldest is 79. Wow. And who is really into learning English. And it's great when we do have a mixture of people there because the grandmothers will tell the moms, don't worry, we've been up that route if the children are making any kind of noise. So.
And one thing I must say that I like about it is that the classroom sizes are small. So when you're doing something like a crocheting, there's one-to-one attention and the people can stop learning, whatever. What's the average class size for something like crocheting?
Well, in crocheting that varies because you can have as many as 8 or you can have as few as 1 or 2. I think that's the beauty of Josephine's Place, that the activities have come out of what the women want, but that there is a smaller group and therefore you can give more individualized attention. But we also encourage the women to help each other in whatever activity they're participating.
And as you walk through, it's more like a family community.
Yes.
Are there a lot of people making new friends there?
Oh yes, yeah. Because we encourage that. We encourage it from when they become part of a learning group, a teaching group, for them to take each other's names and phone numbers. If somebody is out, then you can call and give the assignment. We see women maybe come in who have a need, a domestic violence need, experience that somebody will come and make sure that they are accompanied to where they have to go.
Right.
Or at times, I want to make certain that I am getting the story. I speak Spanish, but not fluently.
Okay.
So I have one woman who I call her, she's there, and will help translate with them. So there is that reaching out, and what they have gained, they're giving to others.
And if in the event something happens that doesn't happen under the umbrella of Josephine's Place, are you able to make referrals?
Oh, yes, yes. Women will tell you they come to Josephine's Place because if they have a need other than what we're providing, that we can give them a place to go to, that they won't be going from place to place,
Right.
but that they can be assured that the resources or referrals are good.
Okay. And if someone would like more information about what they heard on the show today, is there a number they can contact you at?
Yes, they can call us at 908-436-0099, and they can Google us with josephinesplace.org. We have a wonderful website and an exciting Facebook page also.
Thank you very much, Sister Judy.
Thank you, Alonzo.
All right.
This is wonderful.
Thank
We
you.
hope to see everybody on the 15th.
That you will. She's referring to September 15th at Union Square. Josephine's Place will be there having their 10th anniversary celebration, so come on out, and it starts at what time?
12
for you?
o'clock.
12 o'clock. So on behalf of Sister Judy Mertz and Director Paula Dessa, I'm Alonzo Jones, and I'm thanking you for joining us for this segment of Our City. Have a great week. Thank you. Still on camera.